Hello, everybody. How are you today? It's Nicole. Welcome to the podcast, my podcast, The Cure for Chronic Pain, with Nicole Sachs, LCSW. That is me. Here we are. Happy podcast day. If you are listening on the day it drops, happy Friday. And we are here together today to talk about a super important topic. Anxiety, the A word. I get so many emails and posts and inquiries and comments and blah, blah, blahs about anxiety and people who are like, oh my God, Nicole, thank you so much. This work has saved, changed, created my life, what have you. And guess what? My pain is gone and I'm anxious 24 hours a day. Help me, help me. This is hell. Please help me. And I understand that deeply. Hold on, my phone is ringing. Going to ignore that. I understand that very deeply because I have always been an anxious girl. I was anxious as a child. I had like weird TMS symptoms that I didn't know were TMS as a child. Like sometimes I would panic and I would feel like I couldn't swallow, or it felt like something was stuck in my throat. I had horrible anxiety. Insomnia, anxiety too, but what I meant to say is insomnia from a very young age. I actually remember laying in my bed in second grade and watching I had one of those old school 80s alarm clocks where the little numbers would flap down when the hour changed, all the numbers would flap down. And I remember the little sound it would make when, 2:59 would turn to 3 o'clock in the morning. It would be like flap, flap, flap. And I would just panic. And I would count the hours until I had to get up and go to school. And so I very much relate to anxiety and to all the symptoms and all the different kinds of ways that anxiety can manifest in your body. I've also, as an adult, experienced really physical manifestations of anxiety. And when I say that, I just mean like the feeling like my heart is beating or that I'm not safe or something bad is going to happen. And it's not like I'm thinking something's bad is going to happen. I'm not believing it. It's just my body is acting as if something bad is going to happen. I have felt it all. I have done it all. And I know that when I do my journal speak practice consistently, when I do the work, when I always believe, so that's never a hurdle for me. I live in absolute crystal clear belief, but I don't always do the work because I'm human just like you. And sometimes I'm like, F it, I don't want to do the work, or it's a nice day, I'd rather go outside, or I have too much other stuff to do, or I'll just flat out make an excuse that I know is a lie, like, I'm busy or whatever. It's stupid. Sometimes I don't do the work, and oftentimes I do not practice patience and kindness for myself. I'm really working on that at this stage of my life, trying to value myself, trying to feel like my accomplishments are enough. It's really hard. It's hard being a human being. And so I can fall victim is certainly the wrong word. I can fall in the hole of anxiety, but I think this is really not about the kind of stuff I'm talking about. This is about very acute, very strong anxiety symptoms that come as you work through your repressed emotions, as your pain goes, and as you start trying to understand this new normal of life. Anxiety can be the symptom imperative that pops up very, very big time. So I want to talk about that today. Just wanting to also remind you that Omega is filling up. The accommodations at Omega are filling up. Please, if you have considered coming, make that decision and call and reserve your spot. And if it is before June 15th that you are listening to this, email me at thecureforchronicpain@gmail.com, and I will send you a free copy of the deluxe version of my online course with your Omega receipt. Even though I don't even need your receipt, I will do it by the honor system. If you write to me and tell me you've signed up for Omega, I will send you a full download of the course, because that is the gift I am giving to you if you sign up before June 15th. I really want to know how many people are coming so I can start planning, because the way I teach to a group, of, let's say, 30 is different than I would teach to a group of 130. And so I want to kind of get a sense of who's coming. Just a reminder that if you are a fan of Ruthie Lindsay, the amazing human that I have come to know and her chronic pain journey, she will be there. She will be there all 5 days, and she will be guest instructing for me and helping us out throughout the week and connecting with people. And I'm sure she would love to meet you, as would I. Another thing I just want to say quickly about Omega is it is not just for people suffering in chronic pain. It is for their caregivers and loved ones as well. Chronic pain is a family disease. It is not just about the person who is, trying to get through his or her day. It's about everyone around you that doesn't understand how to help you. And this week, which I really think is going to be a week of total transformation for all of us. My life will change as much as yours because I am in it with you, and I am always growing and changing. And what's amazing about the human experience is it's never over. There's always more. There's always a deeper understanding and a greater presence in the moment that is available to you. So if indeed you have signed up, you can tell, maybe your closest loved one that, has been with you in this struggle, or you want to bring in a parent or a child or friends. Come together. This is going to be so amazing. And so I don't often mention that it is a whole family experience, but it certainly is. And so please feel free to encourage others to come with you, be supportive, and learn how they can improve their support of you, but also their own lives. Because I don't care who you are. The mind-body connection affects everything in our lives. And I don't know anyone who claims their life is perfect. So there's a lot of growing to be done for all of us. So if you sign up before June 15th, everyone who is a confirmed Omega participant is going to receive a free deluxe download of my online course, which is a $245 value. So just wanting to tell you that. Also, please, if you like this podcast and you're enjoying it, just hop over to iTunes and rate and review it. It really helps in getting it noticed. And if you are new to my work and you're interested in learning more or understanding anything about what we're talking about here, if you go to thecureforchronicpain.com, you can find out everything you need to know. It links to my YouTube channel, my closed group on Facebook, which is called JOURNALSPEAK with Nicole Sachs, LCSW on Facebook. Search us up, click to be approved, and I will approve you, and you can join our amazing, connected and supportive online community. All right, so let's just talk a little bit more about anxiety. Okay, so anxiety is seen by people as different from pain. And as I often say in my work, chronic pain is not just about pain. Chronic pain is irritable bowel. Chronic pain is a lack of energy, exhaustion, fatigue. Chronic pain is feeling brain fog, disconnected from life. Chronic pain is what has a structural finding and what does not. So for example, my back, my spondylolisthesis, that's a structural finding, whereas fibromyalgia, there's nothing to find. That's all chronic pain. It's all the same. My headache is his backache. His backache is her irritable bowel. Her irritable bowel is his skin disorder. His skin disorder is her autoimmune condition where she can't get rid of the symptoms. Her autoimmune condition is his stomach problems or pains or headaches. It's just all the same. And when people say, how is it possible that the same work that you are teaching can heal all those things? What I say is, this is not hippy dippy. This is not let's feel our feelings and kumbaya and hold hands around the fire. This is brain science, my people. This is brain science. This is your nervous system is in a sustained fight or flight mode when you are having any chronic condition because it does not realize that your repressed emotions are not here to kill you. I cannot say this enough. I can't repeat it in too many ways. It's impossible to say this too many times because it's so true and you never know when it's going to sink in for somebody. Your brain and your nervous system perceive your repressed emotions, your triggers, your memories from childhood, your lack of memory from childhood, the things that bubble under the surface in the subconscious, your brain and your nervous system see these things as a greater predator than whatever symptom you're having. And your nervous system, without asking your permission, without asking your approval, without asking your opinion, is going to protect you any way it needs to protect you. That is called basic brain science, and it's called survival. And so when you are racked with symptoms and you think your life sucks and it's small and it's quiet and you can't get out in the world, your nervous system goes back into equilibrium. Your brain says, okay, we're safer here. We're safer in our house, housebound, than we are out in that dangerous world where everything triggers us. And when we remember our traumatic memories from childhood because somebody talked to us in a way that our uncle who sexually abused us talked to us. Like, this is real, guys. This is what's happening to you. And so the reason that the same work heals stuff all over your body is because we are simply looking to move your brain and your nervous system from fight or flight to rest and repair. When we move from fight or flight to rest and repair, your pain signals stop firing. Okay, so now we're talking about anxiety today. So if your pain signals stop firing and all of a sudden you are either super, super out of pain, like pretty much pain-free, or let's say on some days you're pain-free and on other days, your pain is up and down, but as soon as your pain goes down, what goes up? Your anxiety. And you're sitting here going, well, this sucks. I didn't want to get rid of my pain just to be a super anxious person all the time. And this is what I need to say to you, and it is as simple can be. First, you ready? Breathe, okay? Let's do it together one more time. Breathe. You are fine. My dear, you are fine. Your anxiety is just a symptom imperative. Your anxiety is just like a headache or a stomach ache or a backache or a frozen shoulder. It's not fun, but it's not different. Take a breath. Do a meditation. If you're looking for meditation specifically by me on these topics, they are available on my website. Click the meditation tab on thecureforchronicpain.com. You can find them. If you look on the internet and YouTube, you can find many different meditations. Relax and do the work. Your Journal Speak is the vehicle in which you will travel out of all of these symptoms, including your anxiety. Your anxiety is no different than any of the symptoms that you have already overcome, or any of the symptoms that you have yet to overcome, but you will. You will overcome your symptoms with this work. But anxiety is no different. So if let's say, for example, for me, I never found my anxiety debilitating, although I know it can be for people. Mine was more of a nuisance. When I was little and I had all that insomnia, it was debilitating, but I was too little to have a voice about it. So, I just sucked it for the most part, and that was part of my story. But if your anxiety feels that it is as debilitating as your symptom, you just look at it as another symptom. For me, when one symptom would go away, it would be replaced with another symptom while I walked this path, while I was still teaching my brain and my nervous system not to be afraid and not to protect me. When my low back pain went away, I don't remember. I mean, I know once in a while I would get pain in my upper back, what I like to call the wing, but I think it's really called the scapula. I would get wing pain. I would get headaches. I went through a really big headache phase. I know I've talked about this on the podcast before, where I was like already talking on the Sarno panel, already free of my back pain and my fear. And I was getting these horrible headaches, these mind-numbing headaches. And I was on the Sarno panel one day and I had a revelation sitting on stage, no shit. And I was like, oh, wait, I don't need to get these headaches anymore. Oh my God. It just felt so obvious. And I took the microphone and I said, I need to tell you guys the truth. I told that. Sorry to repeat it. I just love that story. And then I did my journal speak toward the headaches, and the headaches went away. And when I say toward it, We are so complicated. It's so frustrating how complicated we are because I wish there was a simpler way for me to explain this. But the human brain is so complex. We only understand a very small percentage of how it works. And so I don't know why intention is so important, but it is. Okay? Anecdotally, we know that what we put attention toward and what we put intention into is what gets changed or what gets amplified. If we, are in pain and we give it a lot of attention and we're totally terrified, the pain gets amplified. If we put our intention toward the pain and we say, my intention is that this anxiety is just another symptom imperative, it's not different, it's not other than, it's not less affected by this work, then all I need to do is understand that I don't need to be more afraid of it than I am of anything else. I don't need to see it differently than I see anything else. And once I do that and put my intention in the direction of healing my anxiety, when I do the work, it works. It affects my anxiety. But if you don't have that intention set, it's very hard for it to be affected because in your complex brain, which is always trying to figure out what you need protection from and what you don't, that anxiety might be viewed as different. And maybe you feel like it can't be fixed or it can't be penetrated or nothing you do is going to affect it. Well, then you can't. It won't affect it unless you believe it can affect it, because that is how brain science works. Right now, as I record this podcast, it is May of 2019. I don't know exactly what's in store for us in the modern medical model or in the future, but I do believe, let's just say 100 years from now, let's just really give myself a bit of a cushion. This stuff I'm talking about is going to be obvious. This is going to be the standard of care, the first conversation people have with their doctor upon having any pain. That's what I think. I think that's where this is going because I am such a believer that this is capital T absolute truth. So if you are struggling with anxiety, I want you to do yourself a favor. I want you to take, I want you to use your anxiety as your own personal science experiment. This is what I do all the time with myself. If I am worried about something, if I'm having a symptom or whatever, I say, okay, I'm going to do my journal speak toward this symptom for 28 days. I love the 28-day challenge. And if anybody is interested in doing it for themselves, I do have a YouTube video about it called the 28-day challenge. And so I want you to consider your anxiety, and I want you to say, I'm going to do my journal speak toward my anxiety for 28 days. Every day I'm going to pick a topic off my list, or I'm going to think to myself, what am I feeling most today? And just to remind you guys, if nothing on your list, if maybe you have exhausted your lists, or if nothing on your list is jumping out at you, you can just sit for a moment, take a breath, and say, what am I feeling most right now? And anything can come up. I'm feeling tired right now. I'm feeling sad right now. I'm feeling angry right now. I'm feeling irritated right now. I'm feeling annoyed. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling, revved up. I'm feeling anxious, whatever it is. And then you put on the piece of paper, why am I so blank right now? And then set your timer for 20 minutes and do your journal speak. That is a journal speak practice. After you are done, you can immediately throw it away or erase it. Do not save it. Do not leave it on a computer where somebody else could find it. Journal speak is not a language that other people would understand, and they shouldn't. I mean, I had a journal speak session the other day, and oh my God, in a million years I would not want anyone to find it. But it's just my inner child talking. It's just a really unreasonable 5-year-old that wants to go, I hate you, and they don't even mean it. So, I mean, it's not that I'm an angry person. I just needed to get it out in my journal speak that day. And then I just, I erase it immediately. I type it into an empty document, I erase it, and I save the blank document. It's like it never happened, and my body is like, oh, it just frees right up. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, So do that 28-day challenge toward your anxiety. And you might be sitting there and saying, oh, 28 days, that's a really long time. Let me tell you something. 28 days is not a long time in the course of your life. This is your life we're talking about. This is the one you get. I don't care how many lifetimes we can live. This is the one you get, being you, the very specific you that you are right now. And so if this is the one you get, 28 days of it, doing a 20-minute practice once a day, followed by a 10-minute meditation of your choice. And like I said, if you're interested in my own meditations, I have one specifically to follow JournalSpeak, which is available on my website, but any meditation will do. I really think you will see a tremendous difference in your anxiety. So that is my advice, and I really think that you're going to see a big difference. And the most important thing is just don't be scared. You are fine. You are already well. You just need to heal. And I know some people hear that and they're like, oh my God, Nicole, if only I could believe you. Fine, if you don't believe me, then just suspend your disbelief and do the work. And when it starts working, I invite you to believe it, because this is the ultimate healing truth. I have seen it again and again and again over the years in my private practice, in my colleagues, in my friends, in my own body. I swear with my hand to God, this is truth. And so I want it for you, and I know you can do this. So I hope I meet you at Omega. I hope we can work together. It will be so amazing and so fun. We're just going to have fun too. You know, sometimes as human beings, as adults, we forget to have fun. We're going to have some fun. And I hope to meet you this summer. And if you have any questions about anything that I spoke about today, check out thecureforchronicpain.com. It will probably answer a lot of them. All right, well, until next time, this has been The Cure for Chronic Pain with me, Nicole Sachs. See you later. Bye-bye.